I'm Susanna Calvert with the Foundation for Family and Community Healing, and I'm here today with Anni Sherman of the Breathing In Farmhouse. And Annie's going to tell us a little bit about why she loves Earth and in what way she cares for Earth, and also to show us how she grows vegetables from things that she gets in the grocery store. So it's great to have you today,
Susanna.
Annie. Thanks
I'm
for
so
joining
glad
us.
you came today. Hey, everybody. Well, you asked me how do I care for Earth, and I hope that I do lots of things. My goal this year was to try to go completely plastic free. That is almost impossible to do. But I have started to really reduce my use, because I think reducing use is the key. Recycling is okay, but I really think we have to focus on not using so many plastics. So when I go to the supermarket, and I've got a few things here already, you'll see that when you go to buy vegetables, everything's wrapped in plastic. And it's easy and it's convenient, but that plastic is not recyclable. Even if it says that it's recyclable on the bottom, in theory, it can be recycled, but it doesn't get recycled. So try not to buy anything in plastic, like your vegetables and your fruits. For example, you can get lettuce. So many of the lettuces are all chopped and ready, and that's fun to have a salad that's got everything in it. But so much better for the earth if you just buy just the lettuce. And if you have a farmer's market, definitely go to the farmer's market. Another thing that I'm trying to do is reduce my chemicals. So here, Breathing In Farmhouse, I don't have any bottled shampoo or bottled conditioners. I have Dawn dishwashing liquid, and that does just about everything. I try to clean with vinegar and baking soda. And that's, some of the things that I'm doing too.
So you're just trying to decrease the use of plastic and chemicals in your life.
Yeah.
And why is that important to you, Annie?
Well, when you take most shampoos, they're full of phosphates, and they have lots of chemicals that go right. Everything, when you think about when you're in the shower, you use all of those products, and they go right down the drain and into the water. And we have the beautiful James River not a stone's throw away from here, and anything that goes down the drain is going to go into the water system, and it's just not good. It affects the pollutants in the water, of course, but it hurts the fish and it hurts the butterflies, and better just to keep things, I think, simple and as simple as you can.
So you want to keep it simple so everything can be healthy, including us.
Yeah, you want to. It's a beautiful planet. We want to try to do the very best that we can for it.
Absolutely, and you're really doing your share, and especially with help showing us today how you do that. So tell me about what you have on the counter and what we're gonna be doing with those vegetables today.
Okay, well, we're gonna kind of go back 100 years, because this is how your grandparents and your great-grandparents used to do their gardening. They couldn't go down to Lowe's and go get seeds, so they just planted what they already had in their cold boxes. Now we have refrigerators. So I'm going to take a few things. I've got potatoes and lettuce, some garlic, some celery, some bok choy, and I'm going to show you how you can take these things, and I'm going to start here with celery. So when you buy celery, you want to buy the kind that is not in a bag, and you want to get the kind that has still got the rootstock on it. And then you're just going to chop it, just about like that. Now normally you'd either throw this away or you'd put it in your compost, but now what we can do is we can eat the good stuff, and I'm going to eat that later, and you can just plant that right in the earth. And I'm going to take this out to the garden a little bit later, and I'll show you how we're going to plant it. So you want to have about 1 inch, and it's as simple as that. And I would say in 3 weeks, you're going to come on back in 3 weeks, it'll start to grow, and in a month we'll have new celery. So you get 2 for the price of 1. You buy celery once, and then you can have it grow again. Isn't that great?
It took me months to grow something from a seed, so I'd love something like that.
I know, it's unbelievable. And so here's lettuce. Now if I grow lettuce from seed, which I do a lot, I can, let's say that this is in the ground, you can just take off these outside leaves, put them in your salad. And if this was still in the earth, they would start to grow again. It'll do that about 4 times. So that's beautiful. But if you buy it from the supermarket, again, you want to chop it just like that. So you've got about 1 inch. I'm going to bury that up to about here, and I'll show you when we go out to the garden. And in a couple weeks' time, you're going to have celery again, lettuce again. Isn't that great? And you can do that with any of your lettuces, any of them. You do want to use organic if you can get it. And from the farmer's market, and something local is better, because some lettuces aren't going to grow here. So if you find something that's grown locally, then you know it's going to grow. So that's my word of
That
advice
makes
for you.
sense.
Yeah. This is bok choy.
My
Same
favorite.
thing. Mine too. I love bok choy. So you take off these leaves. You don't want those anyway.
So how do you know how many leaves to take off?
I just take off the outside edge.
Okay.
Yeah. Those I never eat because they could have been contaminated with something. So I don't ever eat those. And the part that you want to eat anyway is this delicious part. So we'll eat that later. And here you have the rootstock. And you're just going to plant that. And voila, you'll have more bok choy. Isn't that great?
Oh.
This was my favorite thing. This was my first experiment in doing this. So I have these little scallions that are this big, and I wish I had some more to show you, but I've eaten them all, but I'll show you in a few weeks' time what happens. So when I'm going to plant these, again, I'm just going to go like this, chop. Now these have a nice, you want to look for things that have got some nice roots, and those do. And this is the yummy part that we're going to eat later. These are actually going to grow. This bulb, I would say in a month's time, that bulb is going to get so much bigger. And you're going to have, it's going to look almost like a leek. I can't believe how big these get. So we're going to have a lot of fun watching those grow. And they grow really fast.
They're
so
like
that's
3 feet tall, the one you showed me.
Yeah, they get about 3 feet tall. It's crazy. It's so much fun. All right, so garlic is one of my favorite things in the world.
Ginger.
Yes.
That too.
I love garlic and I love ginger.
They're great together.
They are, and I've actually got some garlic over here, which we're gonna do. But so you take ginger. I just bought this at the supermarket last night. It's organic, so you definitely want to look for organic. The problem is if you don't get organic, they put growth inhibitor on some vegetables. So they don't sprout while they're in the supermarket. They want things that are going to last on the shelf for a long time. So you really want to try to get organic for all kinds of reasons, but if you're going to plant them, that's definitely. So you're going to take your ginger, and you're just going to break it like that. And you can see it's nice fresh meat in there. I'm going to plant it in the soil, and it does take a while. Nothing was happening, and I thought, oh well, didn't work. But it took about 4 weeks, and now it's sprouting. And I do have some outside to show you, but we're going to do that again. And wonderful, wonderful. That's too much
And they're
fun.
a beautiful plant too.
Oh, they are so good. I love ginger. So here's the garlic. Now, I found this last night in the supermarket, and it's local, so that's great. I think I'm going to chop it. Wow.
It doesn't want to be chopped.
That does not want to get chopped. That's okay. We're going to just rip it apart. You're going to take off the outer skin. Ooh, yeah. That's the difference between local and organically grown vegetable and something mass-produced. It's got a whole different texture to it.
And
All right.
flavor too.
Oh yeah. So we're going to take these bulbs apart. Now you really want to plant garlic in the fall. We're going to plant it now, but it does best if you plant it in the fall after the first frost. You don't have to get all of this paper off, but you want to get some of it off. And we're going to plant it pointy side up. So the flat side, the part that's got the root on it, that goes down in the earth about 2 inches under the ground. So that is that. And now I'm going to show you my favorite plant. This is a Jerusalem artichoke, and it is so delicious. You cook it like a potato. It's native here to Virginia, so you can find it growing wild. Cook it like a potato. It feels like a potato, looks like a potato, but it tastes like an artichoke. It's delicious. And the reason this is one of my favorite vegetables is because when it grows very tall, about 8 feet tall, and has beautiful, like a yellow daisy, gorgeous flowers. So you get the flower, and then you get the sunchoke to eat, and it's just a wonderful thing. I love my sunchokes.
And you got that at the market?
I did. I got that at the market. And then potatoes. Okay, so I think it was 4 weeks ago, I planted some potatoes about this size. This is a red potato, and it's local and organic. And 4 weeks later, I had 4 potatoes. So you might get more. It's kind of a guessing game how many you'll get, but I had 1 potato got me 4 potatoes, so that's a pretty good deal.
They multiply themselves.
They do multiply. So you don't have to do anything to it. You don't have to cut out the eyes. You don't have to do anything fancy schmancy. Just stick it in the earth, and it's going to grow for you. So we're going to try these little red potatoes because I love red potatoes. This is a funky sweet potato that is, I just found it. I thought I'm just going to try it. Sweet potatoes will also produce a beautiful vine which will take over the world, so you want to be careful of that. I'm going to put this in a pot. And I'm going to try some little baby potatoes, which were also organic, what I found in the supermarket. So I encourage you to go to the supermarket, find some things that have got some rootstock, and plant them and have fun with it. Why don't we go out to the garden and do some planting?
Okay,
All right.
sounds like fun.